Hey guys, in this video I want to show you one of my most powerful exercises in order to solve UI UX problems, being for a small startup or a big company that needs a complete web app revamp. This exercise enables us to focus on their problems and the ideal solution in a way which is very organized and using a scientific method. So no matter how big or difficult the problem is, by using this exercise with clients, either during a remote meeting or a meeting in the office, this can really help you out in organizing chaos, essentially. So basically enabling you and the client to see things in a way which are organized and using a visual hierarchy in order to solve problems very fast and efficiently. So without further ado, let's jump in my computer and let's talk about this exercise. So what this exercise is essentially a way to organize the UI and especially the UX structure of a project. And this can apply for both clients which already have a certain amount of screens or already have an entire flow, as well as for clients which want to create an app from scratch. So you're essentially helping them create an app, a website or a web app from scratch. This exercise is going to enable you to do all of the groundwork and in order to create a strong UX. However, one small disclaimer is that you already need to have informations about the client business. So you already had sent them the UX audit or a UX questionnaire, and you already have a fair amount of understanding about what the client business is and what the high-level goals are. Now, once you understand that, you can jump on and do this exercise with the client. And essentially, if we look at it over here, before we even do any wireframing, the first thing that we're going to do is to essentially establish the goals. So you would literally ask the client, what are the goals with this specific screen or flow? And the client will outline the goals in an order of hierarchy. And this is very, very important because the primary goal is the most important goal by which the entire UX, that you have to focus on the entire UX. Then we have the secondary goal, then we have the tertiary goal, and the fourth, and so on. And this can be a long list or a short list, depending on the project and the client. However, establishing the goals even before you take out a piece of paper and sketch anything, or if you do the sketch digitally, this is very, very important because this gives you clarity of intent. Now, once the goals are established, you already have an idea of what success looks like for the project. And another very important thing is to actually focus not only on what success looks like, but also on problems that we want to solve or avoid for the users, because these are the things that we don't want to have as problems, as issues in the UX that we want to, and we want to use the same principle as we did for the goals. So essentially, we ask the client and we think through with them of what are the main problem that could occur in this screen or this flow, and what is the secondary one, the tertiary one, and so on. And again, creating this hierarchy is super, super important because you won't only have a checklist, but you're going to have a checklist in order of importance. So you already know what needs to be given a lot of attention. This is very, very important, especially when dealing with more complex projects. I worked on projects for multi-million-dollar companies where they had a software, and the software maybe had a screen, such as the dashboard screen. And in the dashboard, there are so many elements there's so many moving parts, and there's a lot of complexity going on. And by doing exercises like this one, you can essentially break down the complexity into simplicity. So I know it sounds weird, but it really is like this, and it works 99.9% of the time. So let me give you two live examples of this. The first example is going to be for a fictional payment management startup that want us to have them to create a landing page from scratch. So they don't have any wireframe, they don't have any specific idea of the visuals, but they know what they want to achieve. So I just pretended that I spoke with the client about the goals. And the client told me, hey, the very first thing that we want the users to understand when they land on this landing page is that they need to understand what we do and who we do it for. So this is the most important thing once they land on the page. Secondarily, they want the user to contact them. So this is the second most important thing right after they understood what they do and who they do it for. The third thing is they want to explain their services in detail. And the fourth thing is they want to talk about our team. Now, realistically, there's going to be more items in this goals checklist. However, I just want to keep it straight to the point for this video. I just want you to understand the big picture in this. So this is it for the goals. And regarding the problems to avoid, they don't want, they said not clear how to contact them. So this is something that they want to avoid. It has to be crystal clear. So we might think about very strong call to actions, both in size and colors, but these are things that come afterwards. And we want to communicate that they only work with B2C and not B2B companies. So based on this data that we have in order of hierarchy, it becomes easier now to structure the wireframe, because if we were to create a rough wireframe, we could simply go on and look at the very first thing that we want to communicate. So communicate what we do and who we do it for. So I'm just making some things up right now, but an idea could be I'll make this text field a little bit bigger, just so that we can have an easier time typing all of this. So payment management startup that provides services to B2C companies. I mean, obviously this is not the best headline in the world, but you get the point, guys. We just checked point 1 and we avoided so basically we just checked point 1, so this is good to go because it's pretty clear as it is right now. And also we avoided problem 2, which is not making it clear that they only work with B2C companies and not B2B. And if you go on point 2, they want the user to contact them. So maybe you could add a contact us right away here, very big button. Then maybe you can have a header at the very top, and we're going to have a contact us also there. So we just avoided also problem 1, which is not having a clear way on how to contact them. So you see where I'm going. I mean, obviously we can start going into the details, but hey, again, if we want to go further, and explain their services. We can have the services sections right here, which is in third order of hierarchy of importance, and then they can have the team over here. So essentially what we're doing is we're visually translating this hierarchy of goals, and at the same time we are checking that we're not incurring the problems that we want to avoid. And it's very clear once we have this established and organized in an easy way, because then the wireframing stage and the UX structure is going to be easier. Now, a second example that I want to give you is for a client that already has a screen or a flow and they want to improve it. So let's say that the client tells that the client is a B2B corporate who has an established web app, and the web app has been around for the past 6 years, and it's been used by thousands of employees. Now, if we do this exercise again with the client, and they tell us that their primary goal is to show an overview of the entire company database, and the secondary goal is to show the analytics for the past 7 days and 6 months. You can already see that based on this specific screen, the order of importance is swapped, because we have at the very top the last 7 days and the last 6 months, and we have the overview down. So in this case, we simply have to flip things around, and we can literally solve this UX problem in an easy way. So this is it for this video, guys. Again, this is a very cool exercise to do, and of course there are going to be some differences and some specific needs that specific clients have, but you can kind of see the point and the outcome of this exercise. And of course, guys, you have to customize the experience for your specific client, for their specific niche, but maintaining strong foundations is always something which is very, very important in UX, especially when you're dealing with more complex apps or complex websites, or just complex projects in general, because in every UX project there's moving parts, and you always want to put clarity on what is more important first, and sometimes clients do not really understand this right away, so sometimes you also have to educate them about this, and really try to do your best in order to give them the results that they want, and help them achieve their business KPIs and goals. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and practice is always the most important thing, so you should try it out and see yourself the results, and then obviously it really depends from client to client, but this is a formula which essentially works in 99% of cases. So if you enjoyed this video and you're looking also for ways to improve your UI UX workflow, I would definitely recommend you to check out the link in the description, in which I'm leaving the most premium UI kits available on the web. And basically what UI kits are, they're essentially frameworks, visual frameworks that help you speed up the process and get ideas on the table very fast. And although UI kits shouldn't be used in a way where you're just copying and pasting the designs, because each and every client and each and every project needs to be tailored for your specific needs or your specific client needs. So each and every design has to be tailored for that. However, one of the benefits of using UI kits is that you can get ideas and especially have repeating elements and sections which might be time-consuming to create. You can do those in a very fast and efficient way. And I myself, I created many UI kits over the years, and you can find them as well in the website. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a thumbs up and also leave a comment, because this really helps me motivate to create more videos. And of course, if you're interested in more UI UX design videos, feel free to subscribe to my channel. I have a lot of videos on both the freelance design and marketing aspect of UI UX, as well as technical software videos and design videos, and anything in between, really. So, and I'm also creating many videos for you guys on a weekly basis. So yeah, if you're interested in that, subscribe, turn on the bell notification, and this is it for this video. I'll see you in the next one.